Now on Nightside, firefighters knocked down a garage fire at a home north of Spokane. See the damage caused next.
It is a weather alert day tomorrow as snow and strong winds move in overnight. What you need to be ready for in the morning.
Plus, members of the community came together for a Christmas celebration at the Salvation Army. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Good evening and Merry Christmas. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Rob King. Jordan Smith has the night off. Our team of weather experts declaring tomorrow a 4 News Now weather alert day. Conditions you need to know about before you head out the door for your Thursday morning. And meteorologist Matt Gray is standing by with what you need to know, Matt.
Yeah, and as the storm has gotten closer and closer, the impact of it seems to be larger and larger on what we're going to see tonight and tomorrow. So you are either going to see heavy snow, or you might see a little bit of snow or rain and some high winds. Primarily, we're going to see some heavy snow in northeastern Washington, Spokane, and the Palouse region. We're looking for some pretty strong winds heading through the day tomorrow. So this is going to be largely a Thursday morning situation with snow, and then a Thursday most of the day situation with wind. Let's start off with what's happening right now, which is the snow that is going to start to pile up imminently around the inland northwest. Everywhere in the purple winter weather advisories, slick road conditions potentially into the morning hours. Meanwhile, you head further to the north in this area in the pink colors, Omak, Republic, into the Winthrop area, all the way down to the Waterville Plateau and all the way down to Wenatchee. This is where we're going to see some serious snow. Some cold air is going to be stuck in place while a bunch of moisture comes over tonight. 4 to 8 inches in the valleys, 1 to 2 feet in the mountains. That does include Stevens Pass, which is going to be pretty treacherous as far as travel goes, along with, well, pretty much all our passes in the inland northwest. Here's what the situation is right now. You can see rain snow line getting pretty delegated here at the moment. So let's zoom in. Let's show you where that is. So we've seen some snow already in Ephrata. We're seeing this moisture track up north towards the Omak area, so we're going to start to see snow come down heavier there. Now things beginning to get a little bit heavier around the Highway 2 corridor, and so in places like Reardon and into the Fairchild area, we will have a chance to see a little bit of accumulating snow. Now down in the valley bottom here, Spokane into Coeur d'Alene, expecting either a rain-snow mix or something that won't accumulate. So at least for the local Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, we only have a chance for snow really on some of these higher benches around town. And remember, a lot of this, by the time we get up in the morning, is going to turn into slushy conditions. So the bigger thing for this area on the map, it is going to be the wind. And the wind is going to be enough, gusts 40 to 50 miles an hour, that we could see some trees coming down and some power outages. We'll talk more about that coming up. Rob.
All right, Matt, thanks. And as Matt mentioned, the passes with all the forecasted snow, the Northwest Avalanche Center issuing an avalanche warning for the Cascades. That's going to be due to heavy snow, strong winds, and low elevations of snow transitioning to rain. Now, travel through the Stevens and Snoqualmie passes, not recommended. And that warning lasts until 6 p.m. tomorrow. And new on Nightside, a driver suspected of being under the influence when he caused a crash that injured a woman this morning in Spokane Valley. Washington State Patrol says 39-year-old Robert Garcia heading north on Pines Road near Trent Avenue just before 11 a.m. Now, troopers say Garcia crossed into oncoming traffic and hit a southbound car driven by 61-year-old Spokane Valley woman. She and Garcia were taken to an area hospital. The extent of their injuries is unknown. Now, WSP says Garcia is suspected of being under the influence at the time and faces charges of vehicular assault. And it's not a very Merry Christmas for people living in the city of Okanogan who've been under a boil water advisory all week. Now, according to Okanogan County Emergency Management, the city had a water main break on Sunday at the intersection of 2nd Avenue and Queen Street. City Public Works Department has isolated the break and chlorinated the water reservoirs to disinfect them. The city is now testing water samples to make sure it is safe for residents and businesses, but a sample yesterday came back at unsatisfactory levels. So the city will continue to do more testing tomorrow. Now, residents may experience dirty water, and if so, you're asked to flush water through bathtubs and remove screens from faucets. And we'll keep you updated on when the advisory is lifted on KXLY.com. Well, firefighters in Stevens County had to knock down a garage fire in the community of Suncrest early this morning. Happened on Mockingbird Lane, about 30 minutes north of Spokane. Now, these photos are from Stevens County Fire District 1, and crews arrived on scene around 7 a.m. Firefighters said the fire was mostly contained to the garage, but did cause extensive damage. No injuries were reported, and Stevens County Fire did not release a cause at this time. A fire in downtown Spokane was put out quickly yesterday afternoon. Firefighters say it started inside a building on Main Avenue near Division, which used to be the Crew's Custom Boots store. Now, no one was inside when it happened, and one fireman said the business has not been active in the past few years, and it looked like someone was living inside the building. Well, tonight, the Salvation Army hosted a Christmas celebration. The event was put on by the Salvation Army's Marshallese community and included a Marshallese worship service, a warm meal, as well as singing and dancing.
It's just going to be a wonderful time of being together, some cultural things that are happening as well, and it's Christmas, and no one should be alone today.
Celebration was a way for the Salvation Army to open its doors this Christmas to those who may not have a family to spend the holidays with or a warm meal to enjoy. And not just here in the inland Northwest, but Christmas celebrations echoed around the world today, from France's Notre Dame Cathedral to a church in Damascus. The holiday marked triumph for many, but also a reminder of the work needed to achieve peace on earth. Here's ABC's Christiane Cordero.
Inside Paris's Notre Dame Cathedral, communion was served and the choir sang on Christmas Day for the first time since reopening its doors after that devastating fire almost 5 years ago. Traditions echoed around the world, from the crowded beaches in Australia to the brave few in Germany, plunging into a lake before caroling for the 40th year in a row. Christians in Syria celebrated their first Christmas since the end of the Assad regime with a feast. The holiday hasn't broken the tension around the world, with missiles flying from Russia targeting Ukraine's energy sector and the Houthis in Yemen launching a drone towards Israel, falling into an open area. Pope Francis's plea today at the Vatican was for the sound of arms to be silenced. He called for a boldness to open the door for negotiations, for peace in Ukraine and across the Middle East. This church in Gaza City held Mass today. Most days, it is known as a refuge for displaced families fleeing war. Some families have lived in the church for more than a year. The message of achieving unity was also part of King Charles's speech, his third Christmas television broadcast since becoming king. Though in a challenging year for him and Princess Kate, most of the king's focus today was on gratitude.
From a personal point of view, I offer special heartfelt thanks to the selfless doctors and nurses who this year have supported me and other members of my family through the uncertainties and anxieties of illness, and have helped provide the strength, care, and comfort we have needed.
Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
Well, Christmas can be a hard time of year for those in our community who may be food insecure. After the break, follow along with Meals on Wheels as they deliver hundreds of Christmas dinners and hear from one man who delivers more than just food.
And it is getting tough on the passes over the Cascades. Look at Stevens and Snoqualmie. It is going to be a difficult 48 hours there, and we're going to see some snow by the time we get up in the morning on 4th of July and Lookout Pass as well. We'll talk about snow for the passes and the winds that are just going to make everything more difficult around the inland Northwest. Coming up.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Northern Quest Resort and Casino.
When it comes to your health, put yourself in the driver's seat. As an older adult, you're at higher risk for severe flu and COVID. In fact, people 65 and older who didn't get last season's vaccines were twice as likely to wind up in the hospital. But you hold the key. Be ready for the road ahead by getting your updated flu and COVID vaccines. Risk less. Do more.
We're the new hosts of Extreme Makeover Home Edition. Each week, we'll help the family by helping them build new homes. Are you guys ready to hear new? This is what home feels like.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra. Available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value, plus no monthly payments until next year. See your local GMC dealer.
This is for all the lonely people, thinking that life has passed them by. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky.
Papa Murphy's new cheesy stuffed crust pizza. Made fresh by us, baked fresh by you. It's the hottest, meltiest stuffed crust pizza you'll ever have. Starting at $13.99.
Sports on 4 News Now is brought to you by Coeur d'Alene Casino.
Welcome back. Time right now is 11:11. Make-A-Wish. Matt, you're tracking 2 big impacts tomorrow. Folks might not get a good wish, but they're getting either snow or wind, but not both.
Yeah, for the most part, not both. There might be a little bit of crossover, so let's break it down. Who gets what? All right. So our northern friends watching from near the Canada border, the counties bordering the Great White North. We are going to end up with snow to shovel in the morning and some pretty messy road conditions for the first half of the day. Around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, there'll be some snow lingering around some of those higher elevations, but not much. And the wind is going to be the bigger impact as we go through the day. Meanwhile, you head further south, the Palouse and the lower basin, it's going to be all rain. This is where we're going to end up seeing the strongest winds, 50 miles an hour, and perhaps even some gusts a little bit stronger than that. Let's talk about the wind here. Look at this storm. It is really spinning up here before it gets on shore, and oh boy, this is going to be packing some wind here as well. You notice this clear area, so behind this is much cooler air. This is our cold front, and this is where we are going to kind of see the winds cluster around. Now, what you're seeing here are a simulation of winds about 5,000 feet off the ground or so. Now, what this front does is it allows those much stronger winds. In the orange color, we're talking 40, 50 mile an hour winds. Allows that to move its way down to our level down here at the ground and causes problems. Now, we saw something similar a couple of weeks ago, but it was a lot stronger version, that last windstorm. We don't expect this to be as strong, but certainly it's strong enough that it's got us a little bit concerned that we're going to wake up to windy weather and perhaps even a few power outages around the region. You can see the front passing through at about 7 in the morning, and those winds still kicking as we head into the early part of the afternoon. By the end of the day, the front is long past and the winds calm down as well. So first half of the day into the early afternoon, that's where we're going to be looking for those windy conditions. So yeah, just be careful out there in the morning. Take it easy, folks, because those 50 mile an hour gusts, yeah, it's not nearly what we saw with that last windstorm, as I mentioned, where we saw 60, 70 mile an hour gusts, but it is enough where, especially with all the rain that we've had and a lot of stressed trees from the last windstorm, we might be seeing some tree damage. We could see some more of those isolated power outages. So once again, check the batteries in the flashlight before you go to bed and just be careful. Now, let's head back to the snowy conditions and who's going to end up with some tough stuff in the morning. You can see here that a lot of places, Coeur d'Alene, Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry, everywhere in our northern tier sitting at freezing, and we've got a lot of precipitation that's about to move over right now. Davenport seeing snow, Wilbur here as well. It's going to be a winter mix, at least to start here around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area. The higher benches will get some snow. We'll see, well, not that much once you get into the valley bottom here. So the further north you go, the better chance you have for snow. Look at the Methow Valley. We're talking about 8 inches to a foot here before this thing is over. 4 to 8 for Omak, 4 to 8 for the Colville area. Snow starts to taper off as you get into the Panhandle, but we are likely going to see at least a little bit of accumulation. Sandpoint into Bonners Ferry, Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, as I mentioned before. The snow is going to be far less of an issue. All right, we have more rain in the forecast Friday, Saturday, into Sunday. We finally start cooling off headed into the new year, and perhaps we even see some snow to start 2025.
Well, Matt, it would be pretty late in the year, it seems like, for it, but I'll take it.
All right.
It's exciting now. All right, and we got a couple consumer alerts for you, and we'll start in your refrigerator. More than 10,000 pounds of raw pork sausage and bologna being pulled from store shelves and restaurant kitchens. The U.S. Department of Agriculture issued 2 separate recall notices. The first involved nearly 7,500 pounds of raw pork sausage products from a Baltimore-based Impero Foods and Meats. USDA says the meat was produced without federal inspection. Now, the second recall affects more than 3,100 pounds of ready-to-eat pork and bologna products from Ralph's Packing Company. Authorities say the items are not labeled correctly, may contain milk, which is a known allergen. Now, for more information about the specific products being recalled, you can visit the U.S. Department of Agriculture's website. And if you're a cat owner, you need to listen up. Northwest Naturals recalling a batch of its pet food after a cat died from eating product contaminated with bird flu. The recall is for Northwest Naturals' 2-pound feline turkey recipe raw frozen pet food. The company says the food tested positive for bird flu, and Oregon agriculture officials say that it led to the death of a house cat. The recalled packages have a best if used by date of May 21st, 2026 and June 23rd, 26. The pet food was sold in 12 states as well as British Columbia. Now, consumers who purchased it should immediately throw it out. You can contact the store for a full refund. And a single lot of Systane Lubricant Eye Drops Ultra PF is recalled because of a possibility of fungal contamination. The recall follows a consumer complaint. Someone found something inside the vial that turned out to be a fungus. Now, these contaminations can lead to eye infections. However, no adverse effects have been reported. You can check if your product is recalled in the lot number on the FDA recalls website. And in news for your health tonight, whooping cough has been surging in the U.S., and it does not look to be slowing down. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there have been 32,000 cases reported so far this year, and that's about 6 times more than there were this time last year. Whooping cough can be serious for all ages, but children younger than 1 are particularly sensitive. Now, vaccination is the best way to protect against the contagious respiratory illness. Symptoms are similar to the common cold, but a painful body cough can develop that can last for weeks or months. And Meals on Wheels Greater Spokane prepares over 900 meals a day for seniors in Spokane County, and that doesn't stop on holidays. Madeline Mullins has more on how one man helping deliver more than just a meal.
Every day, all across town,
Meals on Wheels.
James Glenn pays a visit to some Spokane seniors.
Meals on Wheels, I drive and I deliver meals to the people that need meals every day.
Glenn delivers 27 meals a day.
I've been doing this for 5 years.
You go every single day?
Yeah, every day. Yeah.
Every day, including Christmas.
And you have a very Merry Christmas and nice seeing you again. You too.
Meals on Wheels delivers a hot meal to those living in Spokane who can't cook for themselves. And on Christmas, they also delivered a Christmas gift.
And then for the holidays, we give them a little present to say thank you for being a customer.
But Glenn says on Christmas, it's more than just a meal.
I think they appreciate it because a lot of times there's nobody but them, and they don't have anybody to come and give meals to them. Sorry, but giving meals to them. So I'm glad that that's what we do. We give them a meal hoping that, they'll feel appreciated about getting it.
And as much as these people appreciate getting the meals,
Yep, you're very welcome, sir.
Glenn appreciates delivering the meals as well.
A friendship. It's like a friendship thing. And to see them every day they're glad to see me and I'm glad to see them.
And while the holidays are the season of giving, Glenn is giving all year round.
Here you go, your Meals on Wheels package, and you have a present in there too.
Oh, great.
Okay, thank you.
Exciting. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, great.
All right, have a good day. Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Merry
All
Christmas.
right, bye-bye.
In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
A nice reminder of what this season is about. Well, still no winners of the $1 billion up for grabs in the Mega Millions jackpot. And coming up, how much you could take home in the next drawing after this break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
You know you want a burger, so make it my Smash Jack. Rated the best burger in fast food. It's even got more beef than a Big Mac. Chin up, Ronald. Maybe you'll get a participation trophy. My Smash Jack, now on sourdough.
Welcome to Jack in the Box. It's the Get Holiday Ready sales event with the Ford crew. Final days.
Big inventory, big deals, and a final day's finish. Ford SUVs. The built wild Bronco family. Goat mode goes over any type of terrain.
She knows.
F-Series, best-selling truck for 47 years.
Final days. Exciting.
Your choice. Lease a Bronco Sport or F-150 SDX for just $399 a month for 36 months. Only at your local Ford dealer.
At More Furniture, we're celebrating freedom of choice. Right now, get this gorgeous reclining sofa and matching reclining love seat in brown for only $9.95. But wait, you'll also find this plush gray reclining sofa with love seat for only $9.95. The console love seat with this set includes cup holders and storage for added versatility. Whatever your style, you'll find it at More Furniture with choices. Visit your local More Furniture and exercise your freedom of choice today.
Another successful year, our 8th year making spirits bright in Cowley Park. The Fort News Now Extreme team couldn't do it without all the volunteers and companies that helped us. So we hope you enjoy it. And we want to thank Horizon Credit Union for always showing up and getting the job done.
The stockings are stuffed with holiday cash at Spokane Tribe Resort and Casino. Join us Saturdays in December to win your share of $50,000 in festive fortunes. Don't miss your chance to win even more holiday cheer.
You're craving tacos. Not just tacos, birria tacos. Actually, birria tiny tacos. Sauced and loaded and served with my new birria-flavored buttermilk ranch. You won't find all this at that other taco joint. Welcome to Jack in the Box.
Spokane Wedding Expo is January 4th. For tickets, go to SpokaneWeddingExpo.com.
Welcome back. It's 11:21, and there's still time for you to get a belated Christmas gift as no one won yesterday's Mega Millions jackpot drawing. The next drawing for Mega Millions is Friday. Estimated grand prize of $1.15 billion up for grabs. Now, this Mega Millions is the largest jackpot ever offered in the month of December and just the 7th time in the game's history of breaking $1 billion. Now, if you take the lump sum, you'll be getting a paltry $516 million. And get tickets now because next year the price to buy a lotto ticket goes from $2 to $5 starting in April. Well, Gonzaga jetting off to California for their game this weekend. And the number 14 Bulldogs taking on 22nd ranked UCLA in Inglewood this Saturday night. And Jack Wallace has the matchups to watch out for next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mysticwa Casino Hotel in Chewelah.
Here was a healthy woman lying dead in her bed.
What happened to Julie? How could this happen? This is a case that has everything. Poisoning and affairs.
Passion, betrayal, and murder.
Now, Friday night, inside the deadly details. And what was in this letter she left behind.
It's the voice from the grave. That changed everything. Wow. It was bombshell stuff.
2020, Friday at 9/8 Central on ABC.
There's no place like the road home. Receive a $5,500 bonus on a new 2024 Audi Q5 plug-in hybrid during the Season of Audi sales event.
Celebrate the season of giving with special holiday pricing at Walker's Furniture. Buy like friends and family, or take advantage of 5 years no-interest financing with no money down.
Merry Christmas!
The holidays.
So happy together.
And holiday trips. And holiday toys.
Let's do this, fellas.
And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Current Chevy owners get $2,000 loyalty cash allowance on all 2024 Tahoe and Suburban models. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Let the 4 News Now Holiday Travel Center take away the stress of winter travel. The latest weather updates, flight delays, road conditions, and interactive storm tracking radar. Look for it at KXLY.com and travel safely with 4 News Now. Happy holidays.
There's no place like the road home. Receive a $5,500 bonus on a new 2024 Audi Q5 plug-in hybrid during the Season of Audi sales event.
We wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a happy start to Hanukkah today as well. But the Gonzaga Bulldogs, they're in no mood to relax and celebrate today. Back at practice and readying to face the UCLA Bruins in Inglewood this Saturday to close out the non-conference schedule. Zags and Bruins have an illustrious history, 8 all-time meetings, Gonzaga 7-1. But the last 2 games were decided by only 4 or fewer points, and usually in pretty big-time games like the NCAA tournament. Graham Ike spoke with us post-game this weekend about the matchup and what it means to them to try and keep up momentum and win in a tough road environment.
It felt great going into a game because we know who we are and we know how much work we put into this. Now, we know it's going to be a physical matchup and it's probably going to be a good game. All in all, we just got to give it our hardest and our best effort when that day comes, and even on the way leading up to it.
Zags hold practice today before their trip south, and yes, it is technically a neutral site game, but the Intuit Dome is just 15 miles from UCLA's campus. The Bruins lost to the North Carolina Tar Heels last Saturday to snap a 9-game win streak. That loss dropped them in the polls down to number 22. Including in this matchup, Gonzaga plays 3 of their next 4 games in the greater Los Angeles area, with their conference opener at Pepperdine in the beautiful Malibu, and then back to Spokane Arena hosting Portland in the Community Cancer Fund Classic, then back to the Golden Coast again for their game at Loyola Marymount. Tip-off against UCLA is Saturday at 1. Washington State football is having a very Merry Christmas themselves. Great Christmas time at SeaWorld San Diego today. Here's a fun picture snapped and shared by the Holiday Bowl social media team. Both Syracuse and Washington State players and staff have a full afternoon at SeaWorld. Coug players later meeting sea lions, Orange players at a dolphin feeding. Both teams square off this Friday at Snapdragon Stadium. Both myself and sports reporter Sydney Berger will be there live starting tomorrow evening to bring y'all plenty more coverage. No Seahawks today. They're at Chicago tomorrow, but we have Christmas Day football with the Chiefs at the Steelers. Kansas City can clinch a #1 seed with a win. Chiefs on second down in the first quarter. Patrick Mahomes drops it left side. Xavier Worthy, look at Worthy go. Touchdown KC. But next drive, another Chief red zone trip. Third down, beginning to look a lot like Chiefs miss in Pittsburgh today. Mahomes electric in the first quarter, 13-0 game. Back to the Steelers. They will not have a silent night. Russell Wilson diving for the pylon left side. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. But the Chiefs are decking the Midwest halls, up 12 in the fourth quarter. All Mahomes wants for Christmas is you, Travis Kelce. Touchdown, Chiefs. That makes Kelce the all-time leader in Chiefs scores, passing the legendary Tony Gonzalez hints that signature dunk celebration. Kansas City wins it 29-10. Now, as much as football is loved, Christmas Day belongs to the NBA. And we have Luka Doncic and the hosting Dallas Mavericks against Anthony Edwards visiting Minnesota Timberwolves out of their winter wonderland in warm Texas. 10-10 game first quarter. Edwards shaking off a defender and scoring. Wolves in front. In the second, Dante DiVincenzo in the corner. And baby, it's cold outside. Dante icy with the 3. Wolves up by 9. 10-point cushion in the second. Doncic, he feels something off. Watching it back, looks to be something with his right leg. He ends up leaving the game, does not return. They're looking at him to potentially miss some major time. Minnesota led by as much as 28, but here come the Mavs. Klay Thompson, the former Coug, passing Reggie Miller for the 5th most three-pointers ever made, and the Mavs would attempt a valiant comeback. Minnesota makes it a blue Christmas in Dallas, 105-99. The road dub. Now, there's plenty more Christmas coverage throughout the night. Whole lot more tomorrow and Friday. And right behind me, you see, well, that's me and Sydney Berger. Tune in at 5, 6, and Nightside tomorrow and Friday evening to watch plenty of live coverage all around the Cougs in their bowl game, with both of us getting plenty in. That's all for sports. I'm Sports Director Jack Wallace.
All right, Jack, thanks. Good work getting all those Christmas puns in. Not as easy as it looks. Now, our live coverage of the Showdown San Diego with Jack and Sydney Berger begins Thursday evening in San Diego. And watch team coverage on 4 News Now, KXLY.com, and as always, streaming free on your connected TV. That's Apple TV, Amazon Fire, or Roku with KXLY Plus. Well, this may come as a surprise to you that it hasn't been the case until now, but the bald eagle has officially been declared as the nation's symbol for strength, freedom, and resilience. Yesterday, President Joe Biden signed a bill into law recognizing the bird of prey as the country's national bird. The legislation, which was brought to the Senate floor in July, passed unanimously this month. The bald eagle was long an unofficial symbol of the United States. It was adopted as the coat of arms to grace the Great Seal of the U.S. in 1782. It's also the leading insignia for all U.S. military branches and has appeared on currency, public buildings, flags, documents, and sports teams. Well, Netflix teeing up for the release of the long-awaited sequel of Happy Gilmore. The streaming giant dropped the first teaser for Happy Gilmore 2 today. It comes nearly 3 decades after the original movie, which became one of Adam Sandler's most beloved roles. Now, the sequel sees Julie Bowen back as Happy's love interest, Virginia Bennett, as well as Christopher McDonald as rival golfer Shooter McGavin. The film also features several newcomers, including Bad Bunny, The Substance star Margaret Qualley, comedian Nick Swardson, NFL superstar who you saw in sports Travis Kelce, and rapper Kid Cudi. Happy Gilmore will stream exclusively on Netflix next year. We'll be right back.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Are you a pour-over purist? At Numerica, you'll find money answers for you and only you. Learn more at numericacu.com.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value. Plus, no monthly payments until next year.
ShopDaveSmith.com.
This is for all the lonely people, thinking that life has passed them by. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky.
It's that time of year again to get the Honda of your dreams during Happy Honda Days, where you'll find great offers on a sporty new Civic, spirited Accord, fun to drive HRV, and versatile CRV. So don't wait. Turn your holiday dreams into reality with a new Honda named KBB.com's best value brand. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Welcome back. Starting to see some rain in the Spokane area. We're gradually going to see the radar fill in throughout the night. Right now, wintry mix on some of the higher benches around town. We will likely see at least a little bit of snow accumulate on some of those higher elevations. And of course, the further north you go, the snowier your morning is going to be. Further south, the windier it is going to be, but in many areas, we will have flipped over to rain, especially around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene by the morning. We'll see a pretty soggy day, and when the rain starts to ease off here during the second half of the day, Rob, then we're going to see, what do you know, windy weather, as we mentioned before, all of this stuff combined together. 4 News Now weather alert day. So look, just be aware of the winds. We know that last windstorm kind of snuck up on us a little bit here, so we want to make sure that we're out ahead of it and keeping you informed about what's going on. More mild weather here as we close out 2025, and that has been the story of this month so far. We've had a really tough time finding snow in some parts of the inland Northwest.
I've almost gotten to the point where I start to miss it. At first, I was kind of excited. I was like, oh, good, it hasn't snowed yet. I can still drive comfortably, but now it's like, what are we doing?
Now, I know a lot of people were kind of sad today about not having a white Christmas, but I think once we flip over here in about less than 30 minutes to the 26th, then everybody's going to be just fine.
Get anything good for Christmas?
Yeah, actually, ironically enough, so I got a new coat and some gloves if it ever actually gets
that's
cold
a meteorologist's gifts if I've ever seen them.
How'd you make out this morning?
Did pretty good. Lord of the Rings extended editions on Blu-ray. Oh, classic. Got to have digital copies.
That's a whole day.
Physical.
That's
yes,
a whole day.
That's a weekend.
Yeah.
A good weekend, too.
Well, hey.
Well, we hope you have a good weekend. Thanks for watching 4 News Now. Happy holidays, and we'll see you tomorrow.